All right, guys, the fake media is at it again, so I want to provide some clarifications when it comes to Obama's Iran deal. First off, what the mainstream media is trying to say now, the reason why our drone was shot down on the or in the Strait of Hormuz, the reason why our oil tankers were attacked by the Iranians is simply because President Trump pulled out of Obama's Iran deal. And nothing could be further from the truth. It's an absolute lie. It's an absolute hoax. It's another fake narrative that the media is trying to perpetrate, and it's just not true. Let me provide some clarification here. First off, I want you to recall this. If you go back to, I believe it was 2015 when this deal took place, President Obama had no foreign policy to brag about whatsoever during his entire administration. And so he was ripe for the picking in order to be, taken advantage of. And the Iranians did just that. First off, this deal was never ratified by Congress. So this is supposed to be a treaty, this Iran deal. Never ratified by Congress. Democrats didn't agree with it. Republicans don't agree with it. Unfortunately, as Americans, we have short-term memory when it comes to our politics, but no one liked this so-called deal. So it was never ratified by Congress whatsoever. And then let's go to Iran. The Iranian parliament never approved of the deal. The Iranian president never signed the deal. The president's cabinet never even discussed the deal. Now, part of the deal, it was basically President Obama negotiating with himself against Iran, and they were kicking his butt. I mean, basically what they wanted at the time was sanctions relief in exchange for more nuclear capability, being able to expand their nuclear capability. Why in the world would we do that with a state sponsor of terror anyway? So just to clarify, no deal. The Iranian president didn't sign it. There was never a treaty ratified by our Congress right here in the United States, yet the media continues to perpetrate this lie that Trump backed out of this. We're getting attacked because Trump backed out of the Iran deal. No, we're getting attacked because Iran is being squeezed by President Trump's sanctions. Whether you like them or not, this is what they're doing. They're reacting to it. And thank God we've become so energy independent, it's not impacting us like it would have in the past. Just another thing to go back to, if you remember this fake Iran deal that Obama supposedly made, we were supposed to be allowed to go in as with our U.S. inspectors, international inspectors, and verify whether or not they had stopped trying to produce nuclear warheads, war material with nukes. And we never got that opportunity. If you recall, the part of the Iran deal, which was never a deal, they said, listen, if you guys do come in, give us a call, let us know, give us a heads up, and we'll decide what you can see and not see. As a matter of fact, even the UN inspectors were only allowed to see what the Iranians would allow them to see. So we had no way to verify whether or not Iran was even complying with the fake deal with President Obama. But he wanted the win. He wanted the narrative that he was doing something when it came to foreign policy, and that's what we have. Now, there were people like China, Russia, France, Germany. They all took full advantage of this, and they began working. With the Iranian people based upon compliance on this deal that never even occurred. But simply because Iran said it, simply because Iran let some sponsors in, or some some inspectors in initially, here's what they did. I got a list. I want to make sure I get this right. So Britain lifted the ban on 22 banks. Germany traded, the trade with Iran increased 33%. China signed a deal to help Iran build 5 nuclear reactors. China working with Iran. And then we had Russia sent them S-300 anti-aircraft missiles as a result of them lying and saying they were complying with the international inspectors.